Hey everyone, today we are back in the custom pack. The custom pack name is GiantTorta. Who doesn't love a GiantTorta? It's all about the giant tortoise, which is a new pet from the danger pack. Its ability, it will set its attack to either 4, 8, or 12 depending on its level, and it will gain 2, 4, or 6 health at the end of turn. Its health can go all the way up to 100. So it's kind of like the behemoth, but only with HP. Some pretty interesting stuff I think you can do with it. I have some plans for the future, but at first I just wanted to get in to custom packs and push the HP, see how high we can get it, see if we need support units to kind of help push it along the way, or if maybe the giant tortoise can get it done with maybe just one pet helping it along the way. So this main run here is a run I picked that had a little less support. It has some units carry the run along the way, and you see it show up in the shop there. Actually, you see both of them show up. It's the Leech Camel, and I want to take a moment to talk about this because immediately when I started running this in custom packs here, I got called out in Discord. I had some people messaging me like, Leech Camel, come on, what's going on here? So yeah, what I've been trying to do lately is typically what I do, and you're going to see it in this run, is I will basically take a low tier unit, I'll scale it to the moon, have it carry me along the way, and then I'll try to do something with it to make it work with the team. So in some cases that's a stat swap, in some cases that's a transform, and in other cases, or what I'm trying to move towards, is getting the team so strong, or trying to form a team so strong, that you don't need that low tier statted unit anymore. You can essentially just sell it off. So I've been doing a lot of those methods in my recent play, so you're going to see a lot of it. I think my last custom pack video had a lot of like high statted dolphins that I would take to like turn 10 and then eventually sell off, pivot in my final tier 6 pet on the team and let the team thrive. So here we go on turn 5. We can roll for what we need, and since we have a leech, I think there's one thing we're going to be looking for. So while we're doing the things that we've seen before, let's talk about what maybe we haven't seen before. So if you have not been into standard customs lately, it has been flooded a little bit with a pet. I think people are catching on that this pet is pretty good, and it is the Bongai Cardinalfish. It's going to show up in the bonus clips, and what it does is at the start of battle, it will reduce the attack of everyone on the battlefield. It'll reduce the attack by 6, 12, or 18 depending on the level. The attack will not go below 5, so if a pet only has 5 attack, the attack will not get reduced. But what this does is this, combined with this GiantTorta concept that I have here, which is essentially just flooding your team with high HP pets. And speaking of high HP pets, that's kind of the main reason I went with Leech Camel to carry these runs, is because, you know, the Leech gets very high HP. You're getting essentially like 3-4 times the HP that you do attack on your leech, depending on the levels. So it can really kind of mesh well with the team, depending on what you do with it. So what else am I doing with these teams? Foo Dog. Foo Dog's one of the great low tier scalers that will scale health only. You see Drink Me Liquid in the shop there. Oranges at the high tier. I'm not sure if I have oranges in this pack. I had it in some of the iterations. I did many different iterations with these teams. So you see they're skipping on the leech, probably just going to skip on the camel as well, I'm assuming. Maybe not, since I'm selling off the platypi. No, we bring in the Amazon River Dolphin. So the pink dolphin, as I would call it before, it is such a strong unit. Now typically, the Amazon River Dolphin is a guard pet, so it's like a adjacent friend attacks, or you can basically think of it as a friend ahead attacks. I guess the adjacent pet attacks really comes in when you have jump attack. So instead of a camel, if I had a jump attack pet in the middle position, that would get another trigger on the Amazon River Dolphin at the start of battle. So essentially our giant tortoise is the only thing that's going to be working with the Amazon River Dolphin. Probably should have changed my order a bit to have the dolphin behind the leech and put the other tortoise in the back, but I think I wanted to get the tortoise dolphin combo going early. Like I said, the leech is just here to clean up. just to preserve these hearts so we have a chance to build the team that we want to build. So yeah, the Amazon River Dolphin. I kind of forgot that was the highlight of this video. The Giant Tortoise is great and all, but the Amazon River Dolphin is really, really where the synergy comes into play in this run. So, what's the goal here? It is stat up the Giant Tortoise with as much health as we can, and hope that we get a bunch of attacks and let the Amazon River Dolphin go crazy. So, what could have been done better in this run as I'm building the team here? I mentioned the Bongai Cardinalfish that reduces the attack. A combination of that with the new Humphead Wrasse as well, which is a tier 4. The Cardinalfish is tier 5. The Humphead Wrasse is kind of like a skunk, but it'll reduce attack on one unit instead, on the highest attack unit. So if you use a combination of those attack reduction pets with the Giant Tortoise and the Amazon River Dolphin, and maybe with like a jump attack pet behind the Amazon River Dolphin, I think that would be like a great team to maximize the River Dolphin, to give you a lot of attacks. Basically, my whole goal in running this, what I wanted to see in the beginning, was just a bunch of attacks, right? I'm trying to do these summon teams where I'm spamming a bunch of eagles and orcas, trying to just maximize summons, right? So I'm not using pets like Black Rhino or Vulture that are going to snipe the enemy team and potentially reduce the number of attacks in the battle. I'm trying to maximize. I want to get 20 plus summons coming out in the battle, and I don't want to fling them. I want the summons. So kind of like that, I wanted to see how many attacks can I get in battle. And I didn't count anything here because I'm working on further iterations of some of these teams with using different pets. And yeah, it's all about the Humphead Wrasse and the Cardinalfish. So stay tuned if you like this concept, more videos like this in the future, hopefully a little more polished. I definitely, I don't want to say I rushed this video out, but I called it at a certain point. I had a lot of clips and I was like, I didn't quite get exactly what I wanted, but it's a big mix of things that I think highlight the Giant Tortoise, the high health concept, using some of the other support pets. And speaking of support pets, you'll see that tier 6 level up I just skipped. We skipped a Stego, and the tortoise, the Giant Torta, as I call it, is pretty much perfect for Stegosaurus. So stay tuned for the bonus clips. If you're interested in seeing some insane stat lines, some behemoth stat lines from this Giant Tortoise here, stay tuned for the bonus clips. So we got a level 2 moose going, still just the level 1 leech, mainly because did not want to KO our camel. So able to keep our camo alive for a long time. Turn 11 now, the whole shop's opened up, so you can tell I'm kind of searching for something. I'm even a little hesitant on the chocolate, but of course we want to level up the Amazon River Dolphin. I say the leech is our carry in this run, but let's really start paying attention to what's going on with the front line here. Ooh, that's a big badger. We got 2 hits, and yeah, that's pretty much all we need. Didn't even need the big stats with the leech there. And if you see the leech, we're going to get to 50 health this turn on both the leech and the tortoise, so that's pretty nice. Considering it's only turn 12, if you're statting up like 1 unit, like what I usually do with a praying mantis in the front, and then you get some monkeys going, so you can just flood the stats on the mantis and transform it as quick as possible, you can typically get it close to 50-50 by turn 11, 12, definitely by turn 13. So considering we're hitting 50 HP on turn 12, I think that's pretty good. 50 HP on 2 units. We decide to sell off the camel. We take the level up on the river dolphin. I saw a cardinalfish in the shop there we could have taken, but decided to take the chocolate instead. Decide not to freeze the sneaky egg. It doesn't matter. I freeze all this stuff out of habit, even at the end of turn. And yeah, we get to 50 HP on our leech, over 50 on the tortoise, and we got donkeyed, but it doesn't matter. They actually don't have a lot of health. Shout out Grounded Sap. I think if that was not a creator, we probably would have been destroyed. So the problem with these low attack teams is there's many counters to them. First of all, being just high attack teams. If another team has a high statted unit, they're just gonna mow through this team. It's not even close. What do they need? 30 attack, and they can get through my giant tortoise in 2 attacks. So it's pretty tough, and here we go. We brought the leech along this far. Let's go ahead and hit the transform, and we hit a blowfish. It's literally perfect. I mean, we have the snipes from the Amazon River Dolphin. Now we get the snipes from a blowfish. It's a 50 health blowfish. I mean, come on. Couldn't be perfect enough. But I feel like this team is so strong, which is kind of weird to say, but I feel like the Amazon River Dolphin is so strong when you have such a high health unit in front of it that the blowfish probably isn't even necessary. And look at this. It's a Bongai Cardinalfish. And yeah, they had low attack. They reduced the attack even more. And because of that, we know that nobody's going to have more HP than us at this point. I mean, maybe somebody can, but very, very unlikely. The Stego's sitting there just waiting for it. So yeah, I could have built a lot better team in this run using stuff like the Stego, but I wanted to keep having fun with it. So I hit another transform and we get a Stingray. Not the most exciting thing, but I had a plan, and part of that plan does not involve a moose because I want to freeze the shop. So Donut Walrus, I decided to use the donut instead of just taking the walrus, probably because I thought there was a higher chance of losing the turn, which is kind of what I wanted. And I didn't think about putting the donut would focus the moose stats, but the Stingray was already capped out on health, so that didn't, that was okay. And look at this, we run into this little transform, this cute little transform team, and bless their heart, we didn't even need the leech. We had camel leech that whole time, we didn't need it. It was so unnecessary for the run. So another reminder to me to not worry about stuff so much. Just preserve the hearts and then sell off that leech. Don't worry about transforming it. And here you go, same exact team. Instead of the front GiantTorta, we have our blowfish again. And yes, I promise you this is a different team. It looks very similar. Look at the stat line of the moose and the Cardinalfish. You know, very high HP, so that tells me that I used Foo Dog. You can see the tier 4s in the shop have high HP as well. So this was definitely a Foo Dog game. And I decide to go ahead and bring in the Black Rhino. If you didn't see my Black Rhino video, I think it's one of the strongest pets in the game now. And this run felt very good, right? Our two frontline units, the Amazon River Dolphin and the Blowfish, are both at 50 HP. I really don't think there's a reason for the moose anymore. So I go ahead and sell it for double Black Rhino. I figure, ooh, maybe there's a chance we can get both of these suckers to trigger. We got the level 2 Cardinalfish. Let's see what happens. Oh my word. We got Scorpioned. The combination of the high HP and the Cardinalfish is the absolute perfect storm for a Scorpion. That was one of the most devastating battles of my SAP career right there. I mean, when I tell you, getting the Cardinalfish leveled up, it's very tough. A lot of these runs that I eventually did, I wasn't going for like, I didn't care if I found a giant tortoise or not. I could run a fairy armadillo, giant tortoise, blowfish, Nurikabe. That unit doesn't really matter. What matters is the Cardinalfish. And having a Humphead Rast, that's just a bonus, right? You see it in the front line here, reducing their HP. And then we have the tortoise. Oh, there's the Stego GiantTorta. Check it out. Okay, here we go. So it looks like I'm trying to put equipment on everything except the tortoise to try to focus the stats. Unfortunately, we get weakened there, so it goes on our Cardinalfish. And yeah, here you go, a little chili action. This was what I wanted to do, was basically reduce the attack of everybody, get the chilies going, and smash away. So that was the first concept I wanted to do. Inspired by Freets. Shout out Freets. I was supposed to shout out Freets at the beginning of the video. What am I doing? Oh, I'm so bad sometimes. I get in these ramble. You know, I try to one-shot all my commentaries, and oh my word, look at the peanuts again. Oh my gosh, I'm getting distracted, and I'm not paying attention to the battles. These peanuts are just devastating to these teams. And yeah, one of the other tough things is when you get sniped. But a good counter to that is just running Stego. So you see there the 3 chilies and then forcing the Stego stats. Pretty simple, pretty easy. We all know Stego is very broken. And check this out. You run the European Mink, so you get the attack triggers. So we're reducing the attack of their highest unit, which in this case is like nothing, but we actually reduced the attack of the Wolverine before it got its stat increase. So yeah, even though they had 40 trumpets for their golden retriever, wasn't a problem. And that's another absolute killer of these runs. If you don't have anything to counter the big golden retriever, the big unit in the back line, we have a bunch of stat reductions at the start of battle. And in this case, the Bakunawa with the ailments going out. So if they have a big golden retriever coming out at the end of battle, we have no counter to that, and it's just going to smash through our low attack units. Very, very scary, but it's the nature of the game, right? You play the RNG. In this case, you just hope to avoid the matchup. So yeah, the Stego, if you're running these packs, I highly recommend putting Stego in there. It's kind of the saving grace of the pack. If you think your run's going to die off, just throw Stego in there. It'll be good. But if you have some hope for the run, it's going good. You got your Humphead Ras. You got your Bakunawa in there. You see here, I'm just throwing in more Humphead Rasses, just hoping. And we got it done. Kind of a low-statted team. So with all that being said, we're going to ride off into the sunset. It looks like this is a double GiantTorta run. It's going to get pretty cool. So if you hung around this long, I really do appreciate it. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think about this custom packs. How do you normally play custom packs? As always, have a fantastic day. We'll catch you in the next one.